In 1967, I went to Vietnam, and I joined Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 1st Marines. When I first got there, I was in a rifle squad. I was just a rifleman in a fire team. And as the action kept going, people getting killed and this and that, I wound up being the squad leader. And we were in very bad places. A place called Cantien, which is hell on earth. It's right on the DMZ. And my first firefight there, I said to myself, Joe, you're not coming home. This is bad news. But I survived it, kept going. Then the next was Way City, even worse. I said, we ain't getting out of here. And the same thing, I got wounded twice there. Kept going and going, I'm losing all my friends. Little by little, I didn't know anyone in my squad anymore because they kept rotating and rotating and rotating. And I finally made it almost to the end of my tour when we went on this patrol, and I just got blown, boom. Somebody tripped a wire. I think it was a big one. Because the first couple of guys in front of me disappeared. And the guy in front of me, the guy behind me, we went flying. And I got hit all over. I got shrapnel up and down my leg, my arms, down here, my face, my head, everything, stitches all over the place. And I healed, and I went home. I went home to the biggest kick in the ass I ever got. There was riots all over the place. Vietnam, in the streets, I couldn't even tell anyone I was a veteran. I was so ashamed of saying I was a veteran because things weren't too good when I came home. And then the big one came. I developed post-traumatic stress disorder. And if anybody talked about that, they know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a process of a very bad mental condition of the war, and led me into a state of not even knowing who I was anymore until I had to get help from the VA. And then the VA finally, admitted that PTSD was from the war. And from there, thank God I got the help I needed, otherwise I wouldn't be here today, because I was pretty much out there when I came home. I was a big mess. And I'm glad I came to the reunion for curiosity, just to see who was left, to see, my buddies. I have a couple of good buddies that I wouldn't have came here if it wasn't for them. So here I am 50 years later. I don't know how longer I'm gonna last, but as long as I do last, I want people to be aware of not only the war that we went through, but the horrors that we came home to with this PTSD. And it's still going. It'll stay with you for the rest of your life. But now I know how to control it. Before I didn't understand it. So I was just in bad shape. So I'm glad I'm here today, just to let people know that we're still here. Vietnam vets, 50 years later. Thank you.